Hi, and welcome to the Arts District Podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Georgia.
And it's episode 51 this week.
Woo!
Yep, 51. Got a couple things to talk about. Something going on in Hamilton area this week, and a petition of sorts around the internet. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Gonna talk a little bit about Aurelia things, talk a little bit about big art things.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll start off with our weekend update. And I was in Aurelia this weekend. I went up on Friday afternoon for Chantel Stone's CD release party on Saturday afternoon, which I was playing at. And that was a really good show. It was really nice having a show in the afternoon because by the time it was done, you could go out, it was still light out, go grab dinner. Lots of people just stumbled in from the street. And it was nice. They turned off the music playing in Bury Bay, so you could kind of hear it if you were sitting outside or sitting on the bar side. We were just off to this little side room where they usually do like private parties and stuff.
Right.
It actually sounded really good in there too. Fan noise.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so that was good. That was doors opened at 12 and we wrapped up around 4. And then we went out for a little after party at her place, so
nice.
Bonfire and everything. And that was the night of Starry Night, downtown Aurelia, the art walk. So unfortunately, by the time I made it back into town, I was so tired. And I was kind of sad because I really wanted to go to Starry Night, but I didn't end up making it out. However, I've seen pictures from it, and it looked like super busy. And my mom was there, and she said it was good. So another successful year, I think, for them.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wasn't up in Aurelia this weekend either. I'm moving, so next week, fourth location of the podcast?
Something like that.
Anyway, I think Starry Night, the 11th year, was another success. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people made it out. I haven't seen those numbers yet. It only just happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But like I said last week, they had like 25 official venues. OMA put out a really cool video. They did like a community art project.
Oh, yeah?
They
I didn't see that.
Remade Starry Night, the painting. So I haven't seen what the final product looked like, but they did a really amazing promotional video for it. So I'll link that because it's super cool, kind of like a time lapse.
Nice.
Thing.
That sounds interesting. Did you do anything artsy other than moving?
No, moving and working.
Yeah.
That was my weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Life.
Yep.
Okay, I think that was all I did. Sunday I just came back home. So, yeah. Supercrawl is fast approaching. That's in 3 weeks, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
September 11th to the 14th, I think it is. Yeah. That's going to be really fun. I actually can't wait for that.
That's going to be wild. That's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Right in my first week of school.
No, jeez. Yeah. It's gonna be a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about this coming weekend in Dundas, which is pretty much connected to Hamilton, really beautiful town. They're having a little festival, 1-day thing called the Greenbelt Harvest Picnic, and that's at Christie Lake in Dundas. Gates are at 11 and the show starts at 12. And the idea behind it's actually really cool. The whole idea is they're trying to raise awareness about the importance of the region's local conservation lands, which Hamilton area has a ton of conservation areas, so many forests. Like Hamilton should really be the forest city because there's like, when you drive in, there's like so many trees and lush greens and whatnot. They're trying to also raise awareness for the arts, local agriculture, and home gardening. There's going to be actually like little agriculture workshops and different kinds of workshops, hands-on horticultural workshops, art vendors. There's going to be a farmer's market there, as well as fishing, swimming, and picnicking. So a fun day outside. Hopefully it's a nice day. That would suck if it was raining. Tickets are starting for adults. It's a little bit pricey. It's $97.98. It's basically $100 per adult. And for kids 11 to 16, it's only $25.72. What a little price jump, for kids?
Yeah, really.
I'm assuming kids under 11 are free.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the acts you can see there are Tara Lightfoot, who we've talked about in the podcast a couple times. Kathleen Edwards, who's kind of been on hiatus lately. She opened up a coffee shop in Stittsville, just outside Ottawa, and kind of left the music industry behind, and I guess she's coming back to play this. The Rural Alberta Advantage are taking over. Originally, Iron and Wine were supposed to play. Or not Iron and Wine. April Wine? Iron and Wine? I can't remember. Either way, they're not playing. So Rural Alberta Advantage is playing. Gordon Lightfoot's going to be there. Bahamas, the Arkells, and a bunch more. So yeah,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's 2 stages, and that's going to be going all day. Yeah, if I had $100, I would totally go. I wish it wasn't $100, but I get it. You know, that's a lot of bands that they've got to pay, and if you are going, I'm jealous because spending a whole day outside listening to all that great music, and the food will probably be good because it's local. If you're interested in reading about that more and planning it and buying tickets, you can check it out at harvestpicnic.ca.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, from local to not so local, I wanted to mention a new project by Banksy. You might have seen it floating around the internet. He's created Dismaland.
Oh, I did see this.
The amusement park. Yeah. So it's a pop-up installation project. It is in Weston-super-Mare in England.
Who's Banksy?
Banksy's known for street art. It's often really political and
it's just one
anti-capitalist. I think it's just one person.
Okay.
We don't really know a lot about them. It's like a hidden identity thing.
Okay.
There's a really great documentary that's about a bunch of street artists that sort of talks to Banksy a little bit.
Cool.
It's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. Check that out. It's good.
Nice.
So this is sort of an anti-amusement park. It's sort of like a dingy Disneyland, and there are bored employees that are not helpful at all. It's pretty much political commentary, which is standard for Banksy. It's like really run down and gross, and it's sort of like apocalypse, anti-capitalism, and social commentary. Inside the buildings, there's like 58 other well-known artists displaying their work, and there's like the whole thing's created by Banksy, but then inside the buildings there's only like 10 pieces by Banksy.
Oh, okay.
And I just picked a couple of these artists to mention, like Damien Hirst, who's like the pretty much wealthiest artist in the world, living artist. And Jenny Hosier. And there's a huge security thing you have to go through in order to get into it. And it's just kind of, this experience.
Do you know how much it is?
I didn't see how much it is.
Because I'm wondering, if it's how big it is. Like, is it like an actual theme park with rides and whole experience? Like, 'cause that's a crazy pop-up. That would be expensive.
Yeah, I think there might be like a couple rides that work, small scale rides, like a merry-go-round and stuff.
Like carnival type.
Yeah, but I don't think like there's anything big that works. And from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's super big. So small scale.
So it's kind of just like a quick walk through, kind of like a little art gallery.
Yeah.
With a couple added features.
Yeah. So from what I've seen, everyone's being super critical of it because it's really heavy-handed. Like, you can make statements on politics and on capitalism in ways that aren't so, like, in your face. But I think that's kind of always been Banksy's style. Even from his street art, it's, like, super...
Well, if it gets people talking, that's kind of the whole point. So.
I know. So I see both sides. Like, it's art that's for everyone that raises awareness. Yeah. But it's also, like, I don't know. In some ways, I'm like, do you have to dumb it down so much? Like, I'm not brain dead.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'll have to read more about it. I haven't seen, like, any sort of artist statement on it. So if that's out there, I'll check it out.
I think it's an interesting idea. It kind of goes hand in hand with that raising awareness for the arts. And if it's out there, regardless of people thinking it's good or bad, it's still out there and people are seeing it and it's spreading. And
Yeah.
Art isn't for,
I see.
People don't make art to appeal to everyone. You know, some people are going to hate it, some people are going to love it. That's just part of the territory.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's merit, too, to making art that people don't like. But I don't know. Banksy is just so... I'm anonymous, and I'm Banksy, and...
There's a lot of anonymous artists out there. Like, you talked about that Guerrilla Girls, mm-hmm. and I feel like there was another group or person... And it's like they do all this crazy stuff and anonymously and,
mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's you. Plot twist.
Dun, dun. Camera goes like.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You should create like an anonymous thing and.
That's what I'm saying. How do you know I don't?
Well, I don't. I'm just taking a guess because I am in your room and I don't see anything suspicious. But you should totally do that. Think of something that would be crazy and do it anonymously. You have to be really good at anonymity, though. Covering your tracks.
I don't think it's that hard.
Can they do like IP address, like your internet searching thing? Can they like track you?
What? Do you want to track me?
No. Or if you posted something and they could trace it back to your computer and then be like, oh, this laptop belongs to Georgia Grieve in Toronto, Ontario.
Oh. No. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that I can get around that. That's actually an interesting statement with an interesting story. I think there is either a Radiolab or a This American Life, but I think it's a Radiolab where they talk about the statement, can neither confirm nor deny. There's something that, like, the U.S. government was doing, or I think they found a Russian submarine off the coast of the States somewhere, like, mm-hmm. 60 years ago, and they were like retrieving it in order to find Russian intelligence and stuff, but they were trying not to tell the general public that they were doing this, mm-hmm. and a lawyer came up with, we can neither confirm or deny, and then it's been used ever since.
It's such a funny statement, because if it's like, if you had enough to prove that it was not true, then you would just say no, but right. You don't have enough, so you're kind of giving us a medium answer,
right?
Something to
it's not an answer.
It's I forget what the word I'm trying to think of is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a diversion,
mm-hmm.
and usually whenever I hear that or people say no comment, I just assume then that it means that whatever I just asked is true. Then you know.
I know. It's actually like we can neither confirm nor deny is essentially the tactic. Well.
They say that about aliens, too.
They say it about a lot of stuff.
A lot of controversial things.
Yeah. I feel like, not to get too political, but, like, Harper's government over the last however long has just... Its only discussion with the public has been, we can neither confirm nor deny. Like, that's been their public relations.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Uh-huh. For more information on stuff like that, check out Canada Land podcast.
Yeah.
It's a journalism podcast, so they talk a lot about that and how the government has sort of stopped speaking to journalists.
Have you been listening to that a lot lately?
Not lately, but it's really good. It's a cool news source. Like, they don't cover everything that's happening in the news, but they cover it from an interesting perspective because they are journalists. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so... There's a bunch of media that you should check out.
Yeah.
Instead of watching our podcast.
As always, watch it after you've watched this.
Yes.
And then spread this around.
Yeah. And send us comments and feedback. And
I know, we've been doing this for a year and we still barely have any reception.
I know, I feel like we received one email ever.
Yeah, and I think it was from Matt.
Yeah.
My friend. So... Yeah, let us know how we're doing.
Yeah. You can email us at theartsdistrictpodcast@gmail.com. You can Twitter us at TADPodcast.
Twitter us.
You can check us out on Facebook, The Arts District Podcast. We are on YouTube.
I'm thinking about getting rid of my Twitter. I never go on it. Really? For a long time, I just felt guilty, like that I had to post something. So like once a week, I would put something up. It's like nobody follows me. Nobody ever retweets me or favorites my tweets. It's like I don't even need this, so I'll just use it for the podcast, and that's about it. Twitter, like I just feel like its heyday is over.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people would disagree. I mean, I'm not a big Twitter user
either. Out of the loop, I guess.
But I think it is used a lot for business, like for connections and stuff like that. Like some industries use it more than LinkedIn.
Oh, really? Because I was about to say, well, what about LinkedIn?
Yeah.
LinkedIn's like a Facebook, but for business purposes. Mm-hmm. And it's so weird when people try to add you on LinkedIn that, like, you met at, like, a party. It's like, what? Like, it says in the LinkedIn terms and agreements things, like, don't, like, accept people that you haven't actually met, because if the connection or somehow ask them for reference for you and say, oh, you met at a party, like, it doesn't look good. So, like, only accept people that you actually have work relationships with. Yeah, so... Anyways, random little LinkedIn plug there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use that a lot either, but I do have it. Anyways.
So don't try to connect with Lauren on LinkedIn.
No.
Maybe Twitter, but it'll take you about a year to follow them back.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I'm going to be done on Twitter anyway soon.
Okay.
I just got to find the time to get rid of my account. All right, moving along. I wanted to talk about a petition that I saw online today. I got an email through... Music Ontario, and they were saying that the CBC is once again cutting more jobs, and they're kind of like thinking that the end is near for CBC, which is kind of crazy because it's like it's Canadian broadcasting. It's like the biggest radio station in Canada, and it's linked to like BBC and everything. I don't think it's going anywhere, but just to be safe, there is a petition floating around that you can sign. I'll put the link into the show notes, and yeah, go ahead and sign it. Right now, they only need like 5,000 signatures.
Oh,
and,
easy.
Yeah, and I think when I signed it, there was like 2,000 something. So
awesome.
Yeah,
so our followers can close the gap.
Yeah, totally. All 3,000 of you, go do it. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because if by chance this petition did have anything to do with people not getting fired from their jobs and CBC coming to end in some way, shape, or form. It'd be nice to help that help it happen. And yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing that actually for a couple months. Just like the CBC is like going down. It's like what they probably make the most money out of any radio station, and because they also have like CBC like television too. Like there's so many things under that umbrella.
They're not like as commercial as others.
Yeah.
They're not driven by ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any ads?
I don't think so. Just like CBC ads, you know.
So they're not making any money in ads, which is what funds like so many other.
Yeah, but they do have a lot of listeners.
How do they get money?
I don't know. Well, are they government supported?
Yeah.
So
they keep getting funding cut by the government essentially, but
I guess that'll change.
Next election,
too, with
you
the
can
election.
change that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. That's approaching.
Yeah.
Speaking though of the CBC, do you ever remember what happened with Jian Ghomeshi? Kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
I caught a bit of Shad's Q the other day,
and
I actually enjoyed it. I forget who he had on, but it was good.
Cool.
I used to listen to the CBC all the time, and I got kind of sick of it just because, like anything, it's like overplayed, you know? So I started listening to Jazz FM, and then I moved to Indie 88, and
you're the reason CBC is firing people.
I was just bouncing around. Well, they should mix up their shows a little bit. Yeah. Get some new blood on. Hire me. I'll be the new voice of CBC, Lauren Campbell from the Arts District podcast.
Yeah. But I can't come. It'll be just you. You'll be like the breakout star.
With special guest, Georgia Groove. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I just plugged myself there.
We are happy to come work for the CBC.
Yep. If you're listening, anytime. Day or night, rain or shine. Call me. Tweet us. All right, yeah, so that's all I had to talk about.
Another great episode.
That's all you had too?
Yeah.
Lovely. So next week we're celebrating the big 5-2.
Yeah. So, yeah, have a good week. We will see you next week for 52. And that's all.
Bye.
Bye.